Alright guys, ZFR back here, and this is going to be my review for episode 811 of The Walking Dead. And pretty much before I get into this video, I just want to say that so far, um, I'm still not really feeling this season of The Walking Dead. Well, that's a lot. I think it's good, but I don't think it's great. I don't think it's like on that second half of season 6 level right now, which is kind of disappointing because it should be being all out war, but it's just not on that second half of season 6, season 5. All of those seasons were amazing. So far I'm not feeling this with this season right now. I'm just like not really liking the feel of the show, the structure of it. And don't get me wrong, I think the show's going in a good direction. I think they can still turn this around. I think they still have plenty of opportunities to bring this show back up to the top, without a doubt, like limitless. So I'm not even worried about all of that. Like other people, The Walking Dead's not going anywhere for a while for sure. And also, before you get angry for me, already starting the video off complaining, I will say that after watching the preview for next week's episode, some of the previews, I'm really excited for that, and that episode looks like it's going to be amazing. My predictions for that will come out right after this video if you're interested. But anyway, so getting into this episode of Walking Dead 811, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this episode. And just to warn, there might be a scene or two I missed because I stepped away from watching it for a second. I had something I had to deal with at the moment while it was on. So with that being said, I might have missed a scene or two, but I think I caught some of the big stuff in the episode. Like I saw all of the Tara versus Dewight stuff. I saw some of the Daryl and Sadiq and their whole crew going through the swamp and everything, stuff like that. What else was there? There was something else in the episode, but I can't think of it. Oh yeah, and the Gabriel and Doctor whatever his name is, Dr. Carson stuff. I saw pretty much all of that stuff, and not too much else. I saw the ending with Negan and everything. So yeah, I was really busy during the episode, but pretty much I want to talk about the stuff I like and the stuff I don't like. So one, I know a lot of people are talking about the religion stuff with Gabriel and the doctor. A lot of people weren't liking that. I didn't really have a problem with it. That's just Gabriel. Personally, it's not what I would believe in, but I'm not really going to knock Gabriel for believing in that. I mean, I will say I think it's kind of nice in a way. Well, no, that's the wrong way. That sounds horrible. I think it was kind of cool the way they twisted Gabriel's logic around with the doctor, and he killed himself or whatever happens there, he got himself killed. I couldn't really tell if he shot himself or if the savior did something to him. I couldn't tell in that scene. It happened so fast. But either way, I heard somebody else say that he killed himself, but I don't know. The first time I watched, I thought he grabbed the Savior's gun and he stabbed him or something. So forgive me if I saw that scene wrong. But either way, I love the fact that following Gabriel's logic, or in that moment, he decided to believe in God or whatever, and he's said that God gave them a way out or whatever, showed them the way, and he decided to do something that ended up costing him his life, whether it was suicide or the Savior killing him. But either way, I think that was good. And Gabriel's reaction to it, at first I was kind of like, Gabriel said, you really be crying over this dude? You don't know him that well, but that's Gabriel's character. That's a Father Gabriel moment. He gave this dude faith for a second, but then the dude took the faith the wrong way. He twisted it, and that's kind of, I'm having a feeling that that's going to crumble Gabriel's extreme belief and faith and stuff. So I feel like overall that story arc did something good. I feel like that was a really really good opportunity and everything. And I feel like that was awesome. And the whole thing with Gabriel going blind, um, I don't. Well, he's not completely blind yet, and I hope he doesn't go blind because I don't know. I mean, it would kind of be cool if they did some stuff with him being blind, but I don't know. That sounds kind of crazy. In the zombie apocalypse or whatever, a blind guy, walking around head sawing zombies. So I don't know if I want to take it that far, but the idea sounds cool at first. But anyway, moving on to the stuff with the Alexandrians and the swamp. The stuff with Tara and Dewight mostly is what I want to focus on here. I know a lot of people are annoyed with that. A lot of people were annoyed with Tara and her decision to try to kill Dewight. It kind of goes both ways for me. On one hand, I kind of see it makes sense, right? It makes sense that she wants to kill him because he killed her girlfriend. So yeah, it makes sense he wants revenge, he wants retribution or whatever. And I think like the acting between the two actors are good, and I like that in the end Dwight still saved her. One thing I will say right off the bat without question on this scene that definitely was really good with this whole scene in this episode was all of the Tara and Dewight stuff in this episode really boosted Dwight's character. I'm liking Dwight's character right now. I'm liking him a lot, and I hope, man, I can't wait for him in future seasons. I hope they do keep him around and stuff like they did in the comics. But at this point, it's hard to really tell. But I think they will because they are building him up a lot, and I'm really loving his character right now. But as for Tara, like what she did made sense, I'm not really going to knock them for having that character do that because I mean, how you just let something like that go? You finally find somebody that you really care about after you've lost everyone, and someone takes it away. You're not going to really just forgive that person right off the bat like that. But at the same time, I'm kind of pissed off at the whole Rosita part. I feel like that scene would have been fine. I would have been able to swallow that a lot better if it wasn't for the Rosita thing at the end where Rosita was like, Tara was like, why didn't you try to stop me? And Rosita was like, nobody could stop me. Man, if y'all don't get off of this, like, if you see her getting ready to make that horrible decision to take away a massive advantage you have over the Saviors, it over emotion, like she's completely engulfed in her emotions right now. She's getting ready to make that horrible decision. Why wouldn't you, knowing that you're probably thinking more rationally, try to stop her? And I don't know, I guess that kind of fits with Rosita's character for the past couple seasons, so it's not all bad, but at the same time it's like I don't know, like it's one of those things where I'll let it go because it's not like it didn't make sense, but it just felt kind of weird. It felt like it's all of these bad decisions. I see people saying that these characters are people too, they make bad decisions and everything, but there's so many bad decisions going on right now in the show that I just don't know, man. I really don't know how I'm feeling about some of this stuff, but overall, I did like the scene, unlike a lot of people. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people are saying that they were really annoyed with Tara in that scene. But, and I was at first, but after watching it, I was annoyed with her with the petty stuff, like when she threw the walker on Dewight. That scene, that made her look like a total B. I'm not even going to say it, but that seemed kind of petty. But the whole trying to kill him thing does make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was feeling that whole part of the scene. As for Negan stuff at the end, let me just say Negan scene at the end, it wasn't bad, but I didn't like it. Like, in the comic, I hate comparing the comics and stuff because I know so many people's opinion is not everything has to be like the comics, which I do agree with, but at the same point, it's just hard not to compare when you've seen this story play out before and there's just a superior version of it out there. I don't know, I feel like I remember that scene being a lot more powerful in the comic. I remember it having a little bit more oomph, like when he was talking about killing the survivors or the Alexandrians and Hilltop people and everything with the gutted up weapons and stuff. And let me just say, I still am excited for all of that. But I think it's just Negan not being able to curse as much on the show. I think that's what's going on with the Negan scenes, because a lot of Negan scenes in the comics, like he's just potty mouthing his way through, cursing like a sailor. Like he usually would be like dropping, I don't know, 10 to 12 to 15, 20 curse words in his speech and stuff like that. You know, Negan just curses a lot, like saying F you, F this, F that, all of that, back to back. So I feel like that's what it is when it comes to Negan stuff. I still think it's good. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan is killing it as Negan. I'm just saying, I think it definitely would have a little bit more power if he could at least throw a F-bomb in here or there. Maybe not as much as he did in the comics, because that would probably feel a little goofy on the show. I'm just guessing, because when you watch the uncensored Negan scene from season 7 or season 6, episode 7 or what? No, season 6, the season 6 finale. I couldn't get that for some reason just now. But if you watch the uncensored scene for that, the cursing kind of did weaken the scene because it was just too much at one point. And it just started to feel kind of goofy more than like this scary maniac kind of situation. So maybe not as much as there, but maybe a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But I know they can't do it because, you know, all of the restrictions on TV now, all these SJW. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. But anyway, so with that being said, you know, this episode, I felt like it was okay. It was definitely a step in the right direction. The past couple episodes have been steps in the right direction, but my problem is we're in the second half of season 8 of the All Out War season, and we're still setting stuff up. That's the only problem I'm having with this. It feels like the pacing is weird. I would like to have seen stuff like Simon starting to kind of show signs of rebelling against Negan, and stuff with Jadis and stuff like that. And this whole, well, we kind of did see the Terror versus the White stuff and Daryl in the last half, but I would like to have seen that in the first half of this season. I would have more focused on, you know, just a straight story from start to end in this half of the season. So I wish they had gone a little more that route, but at the same time, what we're getting now isn't bad. It's just a little, it's a little slow, that's all, but that's not a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still feeling the show, but I just feel like they're taking a while to get where we want them to get at certain points. So with that being said, I am way more excited for next week's episode. I'm pretty hyped after seeing that Rick versus Negan preview. That looks amazing. And like I said, I'm going to have a predictions video coming out after this one. So make sure you watch that if you're interested. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. ZFR out.